I have actually done that a lot of times. Been too greedy, ate my food, and burnt my mouth. And then I regretted it. I have only been stung by a wasp one time in my life, and it was the most painful thing I think I've ever been through. Not to be dramatic. Have you ever stubbed your toe or stood on a piece of Lego and regretted your life decisions? Because I have. Wouldn't it be great to not feel pain anymore? Well, this guy doesn't feel pain. He could literally fall down the stairs and walk away pain-free. And yet, he thinks it's a curse. I really want to find out why or how he's like this. But before the video starts, please make sure to leave a like so that for the next few days, you'll be protected from pain.
Hi friends. Welcome to the Here's My Story channel. I'm John.
Hi, John.
Last month, I made the easiest $500 of my life.
How?
There was a
Tell
film
us.
crew staying at my dad's hotel. They shot a few scenes in the hotel restaurant. I was watching them work with a few of the waiters. They were trying to shoot this fight scene, but there was a problem. The leading actor was inexperienced and didn't know how to punch the other guy without hurting him. The director was showing him how to fake a punch, but the guy just couldn't get it right.
Isn't this something you'd make sure an actor knew how to do before you hired him? You know, before he goes out there throwing punches and injuring the rest of the cast? Apparently not. Apparently that's exactly what he did.
He kept on throwing real punches. The other actor was getting really angry. After the 10th take, one of the waiters pointed to me and said, "Actually, if you get the boss's son to play him, your problem will be solved." When the
What?
director asked, "What's so special about him?" the waiter replied, "You'll see it if you try him out."
Oh yeah, because he can't feel pain. So if he gets punched in the face, it's gonna be okay, right? Right? No, probably not actually, because he's still getting punched in the face, and that's not cool.
The director decided to go ahead and shoot the scene with me. The lead actor
Okay.
kept doing the same thing. He was punching me really hard, but for me,
gosh.
that wasn't a problem at all. You know why? Because I don't feel pain.
Ew, look at the picture they used as a reference to not feeling pain. There's just a needle hanging out of this guy's finger. Ew!
The guy could have been punching me the whole day and I wouldn't feel a thing.
No, but you still end up black and blue. Look at him, he's covered in bruises.
After the shoot, the director thanked me a million times and paid my actor's fee of $500.
Whoa.
So how come all those punches didn't hurt me? Am I a superhero? Of course not. I have a genetic disorder. It's a kind of disease.
Oh, it's a disease? That's not cool. I saw a video once of a woman who can't feel pain. She ate the hottest chili on national TV.
Just a little bit. Esophagus into your stomach. Oh my word.
And she didn't even flinch. Kind of is like a superpower.
It's called CIP, which is short for congenital insensitivity to pain. People call it the not feeling pain disorder. There are about 400 people in the world who have this condition.
Wow, that's crazy. Only 400 people. That's so rare.
I'm one of them. I never feel physical pain or aches. Let's say you accidentally hit your thumb as you're hammering a nail.
Ooh.
What would happen? Obviously, it would hurt a ton.
It does.
But when I do that, I feel nothing because my brain doesn't know what pain is. And since it doesn't know what it is, it can't send the pain signal to my thumb.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because imagine he's out walking, he trips over, he breaks his ankle, and he doesn't even realize. Yeah, that could be a problem.
But that doesn't mean that my body doesn't get hurt. Once, I stepped on a toy car that my baby brother left lying around.
no.
It sent me flying 6 feet into the air, and I
gosh.
landed on the floor really hard. I didn't feel any pain, but I was unable to stand up afterwards.
Why?
My dad took me to the hospital. X-rays revealed that I had multiple fractures in both legs.
This is what I was talking about. He could fall over and break his legs. And he did. I'm like psychic or something. But I'm only psychic when watching really niche true story animation videos.
I had to stay in bed for 3 months with huge casts. You might imagine that it would be really nice to never feel pain, but don't be jealous of me. This is definitely not a good thing.
Why?
It's super dangerous to live without pain. Say you're at a restaurant. The waiter brings you a delicious pizza. You immediately take a huge bite, but the pizza is too hot because it just came out of the oven. What do you do?
I have actually done that a lot of times. Been too greedy, ate my food, and burnt my mouth. And then I regretted it. All because I couldn't wait 5 minutes for my food to cool down. Let me know in the comments if you've ever done that. If you've ever burnt your mouth because you were too greedy, just like me.
Inevitably, I get deep burns inside my mouth. However, I don't feel any of them. I still end up hurting myself. I mean, my body. I'll give you another example. You're riding your bike at the playground. You don't realize you're going too fast. You hit something and fall off the bike.
Ooh.
You start crying because you hurt yourself. This feels bad in the moment, but the next day, you're so much more careful on the bike. And who did you learn that from? Pain, of course. You learned how to ride a bike without hurting yourself thanks to the pain you felt. When I was a baby, my family had no idea I had this condition. Since I never cried, my mom was telling her friends, "John is such a calm baby. He doesn't cry even when he falls."
Do you think that means he doesn't get hunger pains then? So when he's really, really hungry, he's not in pain? So when he was a baby, he didn't cry because he was hungry? My mind has exploded. Or maybe it's just me who gets in pain when I'm hungry because I'm really greedy.
One day, my mom took me to the playground. I climbed up the slide. A kid pushed me from behind
Oh,
and I
no.
fell and landed on my head. My mom
Evil.
ran to me in a panic. She screamed, "John, are you okay?" But I laughed and said, "Mom, falling is way more fun than sliding down. Can I climb up and jump down again?"
Oh,
My mom
gosh.
was obviously confused. She took me to the hospital and found out that my arm was broken in 2 places.
This kid is breaking so many bones. I can see why this is a problem.
When the doctors saw that I wasn't hurting despite the fractures, they thought that wasn't normal and ran a series of tests on me. Finally, they figured out that I had this insensitivity to pain. I had to change schools because of my condition. My mom came to the school and told my teacher that I had CIP. My teacher thought it would be better if my friends knew about this as well. Everyone was really surprised when they learned that I didn't feel any pain. Older kids came up to me. They started pinching my nose and twisting my ears to test me.
I could kind of see this happening. You know what some kids at school are like. They probably didn't believe it and wanted to test it out for themselves, which of course means bullying this poor child.
It didn't hurt, but I was still uncomfortable. But they
Aw.
wouldn't stop. I had to change schools after that. At my new school, we didn't tell anyone about my condition,
Good.
not even the teachers. So far, I've told you only about the disadvantages of having this condition. Are there good sides to it? Of course, I never get headaches. If someone steps on my foot in the crowd, it doesn't hurt. Even if I work out for hours, I have 0 muscle pain the next day.
That's crazy. A life without headaches. That would be amazing.
When I was in junior high, we took a field trip to a farm. One of the staff members was giving us a tour of the place. When we came to the beehives, he wanted to show us a honeycomb full of honey.
Oh,
but as he
gosh.
was taking the honeycomb out of the hive,
no.
he dropped it and the bees got really mad. Suddenly, hundreds of bees
no.
attacked us. Kids
Bees.
started running away, but the bees stung everyone anyway.
This is my idea of a nightmare. Attack of the evil bees. Look at them. They are going for this girl.
The farm suddenly looked like a battlefield. Dozens of kids were lying on the floor and crying. I was the only one who remained calm. I got stung too, but it didn't hurt me.
I wish I didn't get hurt when I've been stung. I have only been stung by a wasp one time in my life, and it was the most painful thing I think I've ever been through. Not to be dramatic, but yes, it really hurt and I cried for hours.
I benefited from having CIP once again last year. I was playing frisbee in the park with a girl I have a crush on. A pit bull ran up to me from behind and bit me on my butt. If I had been a normal person, I would have been holding my butt, screaming at the top of my lungs and embarrassing myself in front of this girl. But when the dog bit, I felt nothing.
He got bit on the butt and didn't care. Surely he needed to go to the hospital. I mean, 1, that dog could have rabies, and 2, he just got bit on the butt. He probably needs stitches. That's insane, but impressive.
I just remembered another example. I had an issue with my pancreas. Doctor said I had to have an emergency surgery. The doctor in charge knew that I had CIP. We won't give you anesthesia since you won't be feeling pain anyway.
Stop. They're gonna operate on him with no pain relief. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Imagine being awake during an operation. I actually can't because that is terrifying.
But the anesthesiologist had no idea about this decision. She put the anesthesia mask on my face before I could say anything and put me to sleep. But for some reason, I woke up in the middle of the surgery. My belly was cut open. I looked like a total zombie. When I made eye contact with the anesthesiologist, I smiled and said hello. She screamed so loud that I can't even begin to describe it. When my doctor told her I had CIP, she calmed down and had a good laugh about it.
Haha, so funny. Right? Right? No. Not at all. You had a patient wake up during an operation.
After that, I got to watch the rest of the surgery. I might be the first and only person in
Ew.
medical history to witness surgery being performed on them. As I was going to the hospital for follow-up exams, I met a woman who had the same condition as
Oh,
me.
wow.
According to her, having CIP has two important benefits for women. One, they don't feel menstrual pain. This is a great thing because, as you know, women have to deal
Wow.
with menstrual pain every month. Another advantage women with CIP have is that they give birth without feeling any pain. According to some experts, labor pain is the most intense in the world.
That is so true. Women have to go through menstrual pain and childbirth, some of the most painful things in the world. But if you have CIP, you don't have to go through that. I can't imagine that. That would be amazing.
What causes this condition? Who has it? Unfortunately, there are no answers to these
Oh.
questions yet. But scientists agree that it's a genetic disorder. So if there's no cure for this disorder, I have to live with this condition all my life. Many people with CIP don't live very long. As I said earlier,
What?
aches and pains are our guardian angels. It's really dangerous to live without them. You are so lucky to feel them.
Well, I learned something new today and I hope you guys did too. If you want to see another video from me, you can click here and let's go watch it together.